What's up? I'm your host, Will, and you're watching a special edition of MTV Cribs, Dictator Edition. I'm here with my boy, Viktor, and we're gonna check out his crib.
Welcome to my crib. Come with me. Let's take a look inside of one of my favorite rooms. Now it's time to take a peek inside the fridge. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Yeah, this is my hangout spot, and this is one of my slaves. He's a good footrest.
So we just finished touring the crib, and I gotta say, it's pretty dope. So, my man Viktor, tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
Okay, American slime. I grew up poor boy in metalworking town of Ukraine in 1950, and I only make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, so I had to buy pretty modest
So,
stuff.
what do the people of the country of Ukraine think about your crib?
The people of my country, they love me and my crib. It's not like 1/4 of the country is in poverty.
Well, Viktor, thanks for inviting me to your pad. Now let's go check out some other cribs.
Get out, American pig dog.
We're back on MTV Cribs Dictator Edition. We're here with my main man, Robert Mugabe, the dictator of Zimbabwe, here to check out his crib.
Come with me, let's take a look inside. Take a look inside one of my favorite rooms. Here's the second room we're gonna look at. Come take a look at my sick bathroom.
So, my man, let me ask you, how did you get the money and power to have such a nice crib?
Well, you see, following the Rhodesian Bush War, I came to power in a predominantly white government, and that's how I got all this money to build this sick crib.
Cool. So, what's that you're holding there?
Oh, it's the Acting Dictator of the Year award. I've won it 3 times in the last 2 years.
So, which former leader has had the most inspiration on you?
I'd really have to say Adolf Hitler.
So, what's the overall shape of your country's economy today?
Well, 72% of the people in the country are below the poverty line, and our GDP per capita right now is about $953.
What do you have to say about the claims of genocide in your country?
No. Not genocide. Improvements.
Thanks for letting us tour your crib today.
Get out, white trash.
Zimbabwe's president, Robert Mugabe, lives a life of luxury. Robert Mugabe has a net worth of over $10 million. President Mugabe and his friends all live extremely opulent lifestyles with houses all over the world, yachts, and planes. All of this is at the expense of the people of Zimbabwe. There are currently 14.5 million people living in Zimbabwe, and 72.3% of the population live below the poverty line. The GDP of Zimbabwe has decreased by 60% over the past 3 years and is expected to decrease further. Dictators like Robert Mugabe, Vladimir Putin, and countless others are ruining their countries. The wealth gap has grown drastically between dictators and the people, to a point where the people no longer have access to basic amenities and rights.
We're back once again, and you're watching MTV Cribs. This time, we're here to check out my man Vladimir Putin's crib.
Come check out my crib.
This is my favorite room.
This is the master bathroom.
So, just how rich exactly are you?
I have $700,000.
Well, Forbes reports that you have a net worth of over $400 billion.
Next
So
question.
how exactly did you come to power?
I started out in the KGB. Then I worked my way up through organization to president. I take power. I kick out my enemies. That is how.
Prior to your presidency, what political positions of power did you hold?
First, I was prime minister. Then my term runs out. Then I become president. Then my term runs out. Then I become prime minister again. Then my term runs out. Now I'm president again.
So what historic rulers do you try to model yourself after?
I look up to Peter the Great. I make my house look like Peter the Great's house. Like an absolute ruler house. My palace has a casino, a church, a big ass pool, movie theater, lots of slaves, lots of servants, nice big garden. Ooh, I also have security team provided by my friends at the Kremlin. President Putin has over 20 mansions and villas. Putin's main house, which is called Putin's Palace, is estimated to cost $1 billion. The palace is built on the Black Sea. The house is designed like Peterhof and Versailles. Both are houses of absolute rulers.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of MTV Cribs Dictator Edition. We'll catch you next week. Peace out.
Get out, infidel.
Viktor Yushchenko, Robert Mugabe, and Vladimir Putin all came from nothing. They each came up through the ranks and positioned themselves in places of power. Then, during times of struggle, all three men took power. They promised change, order, and structure for their people. But all three of these men soon became corrupt and used their power for their own personal benefit. Viktor Yushchenko was taken out of power in 2014. President Mugabe and President Putin are still in power. Both of these men lead countries and exploit them. President Putin is one of the most powerful men in the world, and he leads one of the most powerful countries in the world. But still, Putin is like an everyday thief who steals public funds. The significance of these men is who they are, the power they hold, and what they are capable of.